when people around you are not realistic, when people around you are not sensitive and sympathetic.
Because of all this, you fail in your endeavors.
So I think that the effect of dark truths in people's life, whether it's body odor, a disease you're hiding from the world, a bad behavior that only you and very few people know you have, a disorder, depression, whatever it is you're hiding from the world, has a lot of consequences, has a lot of effects, positive or negative, but most times it's always negative.
The advice I can give to people in this kind of situation is to get somebody they can confide in, somebody that they trust, somebody that they can tell everything, somebody that they are free with.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Emotions with Omenesa. And this is a show where I pretty much encourage you and enlighten you not to allow or let your emotions be in control of you, but be in control of your emotions. It is possible, ladies and gentlemen. It is possible to be in control. Actually, you are in control. You are in control. I know that a lot of situations have happened in your life. I know that sometimes when it rains, it pours. And sometimes when people go through so much trouble, they get used to so much trouble, and they get used to juggling, and they get used to trying to catch everything, and then they lose control. So they think that they are no longer in control. But if you can calm down, you will realize that you are in control. So the topic for today is dark truths, okay? Something that's a truth, but dark. This topic is about things that people think, but they don't say. Struggles that people have, but they don't say. They don't mention it at all. So the first thing, or the first truth, is that people cheat. And I'm only saying that because I have a book right here where I'm cheating from. So that's a dark truth. People cheat. Yes, so people connive. People, okay, on a serious note, people do like to take shortcuts, okay? And it's a truth. Because of all the million things that I'm doing, I couldn't find the time to rehearse this particular script. Therefore, I'm having to cheat. Sometimes cheating could also be called improvisation, okay? And when you tell on yourself, it's really not cheating anymore. So I'm telling on myself. So the first truth is that people do cheat. People could cheat on you sexually. That's like in a marriage, which is infidelity. People could cheat on an exam, or people could just take shortcuts. Instead of doing things the way that it should be done, they just go the short route, or they just be like me, where they improvise, which is what I'm doing now. I'm just reading straight out of this book here, okay? But a secret to not having to cheat, and a secret to not having to improvise, and a secret to not having to take shortcuts is to do the work in the first place. So the first dark truth is that people like to cheat. People don't like to go through the very long process. But I'm telling you, your speech, your delivery, everything would be so much better if you prepared. If you took time out to prepare, then you wouldn't have to cheat. Then you wouldn't have to improvise. I do understand, though, that oh my God, I am turning. We'll be right back. So we are right back. I was turning, so once again I had to cheat. So we had to cheat and go on a break and then turn me around. So now I'm turned and I'm facing the camera. So we are talking about dark truths, and my first point was that people do cheat. People take shortcuts. People don't prepare to do things, and because things are not prepared, therefore we're just stumbling and doing things anyhow. And an interview that you could have easily passed, you fail the interview. An exam that you could have passed, you fail the exam. And then you say that it's someone in the village. People are planning for you. It is manipulated. No, you just didn't prepare, and now you have to cheat. So don't cheat. Just focus on doing the right thing. Prepare, prepare, prepare. And then the second dark truth. So once again, I said I'm cheating. I'm having to read off this. So the second dark truth is cheating on your spouse, or cheating in a relationship, or not being faithful, or not being loyal. All of that comes from, there is a certain void that's in your life. There's a certain emptiness. So instead of you to, keep on feeding the dragon, going out of your peripherals, going out of your boundaries, stop cheating on your spouse. Stop cheating on your job. Stop being disloyal, and actually feed that void that is there. So if there is a void there, let's say that is lack of communication, or let's say that your husband doesn't show up, or let's say that your wife doesn't cook, instead of cheating, why don't you start cooking? Yeah, really. Or both of you could just start cooking. Or why don't you just stay home and plan for her to stay home instead of going out of your boundaries, So that's a dark truth. People cheat. People cheat on their jobs. People cheat on exams. People cheat on their spouses. People take shortcuts, but be prepared. Try to be prepared so you wouldn't have to cheat. And then secondly, don't cheat in your marriage. Don't cheat in your commitments. Stay loyal. Thirdly, if your breath stinks, please take care of it. It's called halitosis, okay? That's a dark truth. You could be like, ooh, that stinks. But what are we doing about it? Nothing. We don't brush at night. We don't brush in the morning. Some people just flat out don't even brush at all. Brush your teeth, okay? So that's a dark truth, is you may think that you have smelly breath, but you don't do anything about it. Or your armpits, it just oozes. It oozes out. I don't know any other word to use. It just oozes, and we do nothing about it. Sometimes deodorant just doesn't work. You may have to shave. Even as a man, you may have to start shaving your armpits if you have noticed that you have bad odor, okay? So that's a dark truth, is that your mouth could smell, your armpit could smell. Another dark truth is that you may not like how your body is. You may not like your body image. You may not care for how your eyes are shaped. You may not care for the gap in your tooth. You may not care for being dark-skinned. You may not care for that. You may want to be lighter, or somebody light could want to be dark, or you may want to be taller, or you may want to be skinnier. So that's a dark truth. There are lots of people who are not comfortable in their skin. They're not comfortable in the body that they were born in. And I used to be one of those people. I used to put paddings everywhere to just look bigger. I don't do that anymore, because how did I take care of that? One morning, I just looked at myself in the mirror and I forced myself. It's called self-affirmations. You are beautiful. This is all you have. And there is somebody that loves this, and that person is God, okay? Because he looked at you and he said, whoa, you are beautiful. So that gap in your tooth, it's beautiful. There is a certain movie, there's a certain role, and they're looking for someone to play that role. Someone with a gap tooth, and it's not me. Because mine is not. I don't have gaps in my teeth. But there is a role that is for you. There is a role that is for me. There is a role for a tall man. There is a role for a short man. There is a place for you in life. So let's not even just talk about roles, being in a movie or working in a radio station or having a good job because of your body image. There is a role for you in this life. There is an assignment for you in this life, just the way that you are. So that's another dark truth, is that we have a lot of people walking around in this world and they are not comfortable in their skin. And I'm going to take just one more truth before I go on break, which is some of you cannot afford to pay your school fees. Some of you haven't even gotten admission. Some of you can't even pay your rent. You are having financial problems. Your dresses are rented. I mean, or that makeup is like free. Something on you is just a disaster. It took forever to have to bring you to where you are because you don't have money. You don't have money to do anything. That's a dark truth. How do you solve that? You work. You pay your tithes. You keep working and you invest. There are a lot of people who work hard but they don't save. There are a lot of people who save but they don't invest. So just keeping money there is also stagnancy because you're not using it for anything. So you may want to invest. You can invest in cattle, you can invest in gold, you can invest in lands. I'll be right back with some more truths. Okay, so I am right back and you are watching Emotions with Omenesa. And once again, this is pretty much a show where I advise you and I try to enlighten you on how to be in control of your emotions so your emotions are not in control of you. So today our topic has been on dark truths. Dark truths. Dark truths are the truths that nobody knows except you. So I talked about cheating. There is a point in your life that you cheated. You cheated on one exam, or you cheated on your spouse, or you cheated on something. You cheated on something. People cheat. And I said that the way to solve cheating would be to prepare and would be to nurture what you have. So preparedness and nurturing is pretty much the same thing, which is to whatever you have. So like for me, like I'm cheating now. I have a book that I'm reading from. If I prepared, because I do a million things, if I prepared ahead of time, then I wouldn't have had to be using this script and reading from it and taking all my tips from it. So the reason why people cheat, they're cheating because they didn't prepare. The reason why people cheat either in a job or even in a marriage or just cheat in anything. The reason why people cheat is because they don't have the energy or they don't want to prepare and to harness. So look at me. I'm with this book and I'm cheating because I should have already put together all my thoughts. I should have put everything in my mind. I should have stood in front of the mirror and I should have rehearsed exactly what I'm going to tell you today. But because I do so many things, and that's not a reason, but I did not schedule time out to prepare. So you would never have time. Let me just tell you now, you wouldn't have time to go out on a date. You wouldn't have time to read for that exam. You will not have time. You will have to create the time because you wouldn't have time. So in that 24 hours, you will have to put that time in, and that time is labeled preparedness. The same way that you have a meeting with your boss, the same way that you have a meeting with that contract person, the same way that you have to be at your PTA meeting in school, the same way that you show up to all these things that pay your rent is the same way that you show up to prepare for a show like this, or to prepare to give a speech, or to prepare to take care of your husband, or to prepare to take care of your wife. So instead of cheating, prepare and nurture. Nurture means to take care of. And then I talked about halitosis before I went on break. A dark truth is people have body odor and people's breath stink. Not everybody, but you could be watching and you do, and, whoo, oh my gosh, that stinks. So what do you do about it? You see a dentist and you do something about it. That's why I call this topic a dark truth. Something that's dark, it's not a good thing because we should always be enlightened. We should always be in the light. We should always be bright. Okay? So it's a dark truth that your armpit stinks. It's a really, really dark truth that your breath stinks. It's a dark truth that you have lice on your hair. It's a dark truth that there is something going on with you pertaining to your body and you're not doing anything about it. you have to do something about it, okay? You have to do something about it. And then I also talked about not being comfortable in your skin. There are so many people walking around and they're not comfortable in their skin. They think they're ugly, they think that their gap tooth is ugly, or they think that their cheekbones are too high, or they're dark, or they're light skinned, or their hair is nappy. I have natural hair and I rock the hair. I rock it. There was a time that I couldn't rock it because I was so conscious of it. You put a comb in the hair and the comb will break because it is so nappy. But what did I do? I learned to embrace that. So the best way to take care of your body image insecurities and low self-esteem is to embrace who you are. Embrace your body, because you're not getting out of your body. So embrace your body. The only way you can get out of this body is through plastic surgery, which comes with all kinds of expenses and all kinds of procedures and all kinds of consequences at the end. Or you just embrace your body, okay? And then there are lots of you who have to wear glasses, like me. So I'm supposed to be wearing my glasses. I see my doctor all the time and I'm like, oh my God, like my eyesight is becoming worse. I have astigmatism. And to me, it seems like it's getting worse every single time. Well, it only seems like it's getting worse because I don't wear my glasses all the time. Why? Because I want to be looking fly. I want everyone to see my eyeshadow and how beautiful it is. I sat down on the chair to get that makeup done for over an hour and you will see it. But if I'm walking around without my glasses and ruining my eyesight because I care about what people think or because I care about how I'm going to look, one day I could wake up and I will be blind. So that's another dark truth, is that you need to do whatever it is that you have to do. You need to do whatever it is that you have to do. Stop taking shortcuts, stop cheating, and stop squinting. Because that's what I was doing. I've been squinting everywhere, just squinting. When I want to read, I'm squinting, you know? But I have glasses, and these glasses were very expensive, but because I don't want to look like I have 4 eyes, so I endure. And then I don't want to use contacts because of a lot of bacteria. So please use your glasses, and I'm sure that you know that I'm not just talking about glasses. I am talking about doing whatever it is that you have to do to stay sane and to be comfortable. And that's another thing in life that I have been learning. I have been learning to be comfortable. Are you comfortable? And every day you have to ask yourself that. Are you comfortable in this job? Are you comfortable in this marriage? Are you comfortable in this scenario? Are you comfortable in this country? Are you comfortable in this location? Are you comfortable in this dress? Are you comfortable? You deserve to be comfortable. You deserve to be comfortable. Now, there are certain things that you just can't get out of, like a marriage. That's a big thing. Okay, so before you walk around saying that Omenesa said that if I'm not comfortable in my marriage, I need to walk out. I never said that. But if you're not comfortable, you fix it. You can go for counseling. The key point of living in this life is to be comfortable. I have a couple of points here. Make sure that you are not procrastinating. A lot of us procrastinate. We procrastinate. Procrastination is a dark truth. The reason why you don't have that job is not because somebody is in the village manipulating things. The reason you don't have that job is because you have procrastinated in following up. You have procrastinated in even updating your CV. You have procrastinated in telling your wife that you love her. You have procrastinated in showing up. You have procrastinated in procrastinating. You are a procrastination. Procrastinating is a thief. It will steal, it will kill, and it will destroy. So, our topic for today was on dark truths. I talked about not liking your body image. I talked about some of you just don't enjoy the fact that you have a gap tooth. I talked about cheating, cheating on the job or cheating on an exam, cheating on your spouse. I talked about having bad breath and not doing anything about it. These are dark truths. I think that I'm going to have a part 2 of dark truths. So we're going to name this one part 1, dark truths, because I have a whole lot more. So until next time, you stay tuned. And remember, do not allow your emotions be in control of you. Be in control of your emotions, because you are wiser, you are stronger, and you are better than you were yesterday. Bye-bye. I do understand, though, that they're, oh my God, I am turning. We'll be right back. What would I have done? Okay. Talking about cheating now.
If you're not in control of your emotions will be in control of you.
Okay, is that what you were? I know,